Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Satisfactory Tours on Slack and Gaming. I am Slack, your host, and today, joining me as a co-host, we have Kuddy. So just as some background, Kuddy joined us in Mish-Mash 1, was the first player in with us, and it was an absolute riot. It was so much fun. If you haven't seen the footage, we have the stream up on Twitch, and we have the highlights up on YouTube, so be sure to check them out. But let's see if we can get into this game and see what he's got for us. Hello, my friend.
What's up?
Are you able to spawn things in conveniently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can give you a suit. I already have one spawned in for you.
Even a jetpack is pretty awesome.
Well, there's your jetpack module.
Oh, nice. I kind of like the interface on this.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool because they give you shields and then they give you health regeneration too.
Oh, that's an improved jetpack module.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it burns through fuel though. Oh my!
Yeah, it burns through a lot of fuel.
Woohoo! That's a good jetpack. Yeah, I see structural solutions over here. I am a fan. I just added that into some of the factories we were doing on Sandbox just like yesterday. I didn't even know it was a thing. And already they've added like 8 new ramps and like they just updated it. So make sure you check your mod manager. There was an update for it that let you get even more concrete parts. All right, so where do you want to start here? What am I looking at?
Well, this huge monstrosity here is my main production building. It's got 4 different tiers, and each tier's got different types of production. So this is the remote control tower.
Oh.
This giant thing right here. So that basically allows me to control all of my machines through, basically like a giant interface. If you press FT or whatever, if you have the remote on you.
Interesting. I didn't ever go there myself with the remote mods, but I love the automated doors. It's about time, isn't it?
I know. I love it. So this is all my iron production. Basically, making reinforced plates, rotors, screws.
Nice and compact, true to your style, my friend.
No, I know. I love my compactness.
I'm a space hog. I keep saying it. I'm like, I can't drive a truck through here. This sucks.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I don't like about it. That's why I'm going to try to start putting in some catwalks around the more crowded areas. But yeah, this is my masterpiece with this extension of my part of the base is using that the Structurals Plus.
Yes.
Basically, this is that giant gusset I was telling you about. It's like a 3-piece, and you can attach whatever ones that you want, straight, angled, stuff like that.
Oh, elevators, yes.
Yeah, I can't. For some reason, this one doesn't like to come up to this level. I have to reconfigure it.
The reason is because you have it drop down. You have to be on the same elevation of it, half a square away. And then it will happily do it. So if you get rid of the drop down, it'll work beautifully, but you will have to adjust your upper wall here.
Now we got the main elevator. It goes up to each different floor. So this is the copper production.
Okay.
So I got all my
integrated logistics and production all together.
So basically, on this level, I got all my copper ingots, and then cables, wires, and then this assembler's making aluminum plates because it's coming from my refinery out there.
You're making alkali sheets right there. Holy. Okay.
It's been producing a lot of them, but I'm making. And then over here, I'm making rotor stators and stuff.
Oh, look at that thing go!
I know. That's the Mark IV constructor. It makes makes 2 wires every like 0.4 seconds.
That's insane. I'm sorry.
And then these 2 assemblers over here. Well, this one on the left is making motors, and then the other one over here is making automated wiring. And then this is the new teleporter I just got the other day. This thing is come in handy on more than one occasions. It's definitely a space saver.
Oh, and you can configure its throughput?
Mm-hmm. So basically, it has to have the same name for it to work with the material you want to go through to go out the other end. So basically, you have to name it, for cables and stuff like that, and it'll come out the other end.
So what if I have 2 of them or 3 of them called cables, 1 with an input and 2 that are outputting? Will it split them?
I think it would split them.
Very
so
nice.
Yeah, this is copper, and then we'll go up to the next level. This is where these kind of came in handy when I was doing steel production, because I was trying to figure out how to keep everything clean and then bring iron ore up to the next level. So it's like I saw these. Basically, they're just the floor hole conveyor belts, and it's like, oh, dude, this is awesome. So now we're on the steel production, making concrete and steel and stuff like that over here. We got three Mark IV foundries, or Mark III foundries. So they're producing pretty much 3 ingots every 0.8 seconds. So I got 2 giant storage containers filled with iron or steel ingots, and then I got a bunch of constructors over here making iron plates. 2 of them are making iron plates. 2 of them are making steel pipes.
Yeah. So, I guess using, upgraded high-tier constructors and stuff really is going to save a lot of space on your design.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why I was like, I gotta have the MK Plus, especially using the constructors, and then the Mark IV up until Mark III and Mark IV assemblers, because then the production it increases tenfold, and then you really don't have to use multiple ones. The only one I'm running into issues with having to use multiple ones for is obviously the manufacturers.
Oh yeah, they just slow output.
Yeah, I started with the catwalks. I still have to integrate them, but you'll see the catwalk system I have in my power production once we get there. And we'll go to the last floor, and this is all quartz. So I'm making silica and then refined quartz.
I lost you somehow. Oh, here I am. I'm all of a sudden up. Whoa. A little bit of teleportation action there happening.
A little bit of desync.
Yeah. Which is funny because I wasn't doing anything to make the game think even. Oh, I see.
This storage container here has got 192 slots in it. So it stores up to 100 raw quartz at a time, so times 192 slots.
Oh, you're not running Stack Overflow for stacks of 500?
Not yet. I thought I'm going to try to do that at some point.
It works great. It really does. I skip huge inventory and I just go with Stack Overflow. I'm cool with the number of slots I have. I just need the slots to be bigger.
So this is basically where I'm using the teleporters to skimp out on using a ton of conveyor belts, and it's feeding quartz, and then the iron plates from downstairs, and then the cable from the floor down below it.
If this is really the future, you know what? You can make the argument that might actually be a thing someday.
Right? It's like this floor, and then the next one are going to be dedicated to manufacturers. I'm going to make like maybe 2 or 3 more floors on this building, and they'll be just dedicated to making manufactured stuff, like heavy modular frames, and then the advanced heavy frames and stuff like that.
Heat sinks and this power checker thing is kind of cool because I just walked up to the console and it tells me what you're running things at.
Oh yeah, I just got this morning. I'm like, I saw this. I'm like, yep, I definitely have to. This is another thing I have to have. Well, this one over here towards the end, this is water from the refinery that's making the aluminum shards. And the problems I was running into with the turbine power after the medium voltage generators, well, I found out what the problem was on that one, was that my turbines were spinning too fast, and those generators were only rated for like 3,300 RPM to make 250 megawatt hours.
Okay, so yeah, you were using mid-tier and higher tier all at the same time.
Yeah, so I had to pretty much open up my wastegate on all my turbines to kind of slow down the rotation a little bit to produce power.
Oh, so you had to send more to low pressure steam from your high pressure basically and burn it off. Yep. I balance it so I never have to wastegate anything. there's crude
Yeah,
steel.
with the current setup that I have with everything high tier, now I got my high voltage generators that I never have to vent it unless it has excess amount of pressure in it now.
Nice. So how many refineries are making fuel here exactly?
Just this one right here.
Okay, are you using polymerism resin for anything?
Not yet. I'm gonna because basically I just had enough to produce it, so I was trying to get my rubber and plastic jump started. So now
Yep.
that I have a ton of excess polymer, I'm gonna reroute it to my two refineries over there to the left to start making plastic and rubber.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this part of the base took me, I want to say, like about maybe 2.5, 3 hours to kind of get right. There's still some tweaking I got to do to this, and obviously on the main building. The main building is like my pride and joy. That and the power building.
It certainly looks cool, and even like your power wall power adapters here
Mm-hmm.
are actually grid work as well, which I definitely appreciate.
Right. That's why I decided to go with the windows. Especially on that this little lattice part here.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I had the steel pipes feeding down to the bottom level. So I was like, I don't want to have it all kind of exposed. So I kind of built it a little gantry there.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, I do kind of appreciate that for the sake of others, at least, you haven't gone completely overboard on Windows because the reflection animations are some of the most GPU intense things in this game. Oh yeah, mine's gonna murder me in my sleep one day. It's just you've done it too many times.
Right.
Yeah, Nvidia is going to incarnate and destroy me.
Well, let's go tour the power plant. This is my pride and joy. I took a lot of time into this building. I see you, but where'd you go?
Ooh,
You up,
I went in an intake vent or an outtake vent.
you up top?
I am in what looks like ground floor, maybe. I've got an auto door. Oh yeah, I found the side door. I'm in ground floor.
Yeah. So this was the very first level that I made. So this one was I took a little bit more time in perfecting with my walkways and everything.
Oh yeah.
So this was my pride level. I basically took the time and mapped out all the pipes and everything like that, so they look like they're meant to be where they are.
So I'm seeing what, 2 gigawatts of power here, 2 cooling towers, and probably 2 CO2 exhausters.
Mm-hmm.
Running to 3 boilers or 4?
3.
Okay, yeah, that usually works. Wow, I kind of don't do enough platform work for walkways and stuff. I save it super late and then I regret it because everything is like encroaching on Clarence, and I'm like, God damn it, Clarence, get out of my way. This is pretty nice. It would almost give it a little more depth if more of the items actually came up above the platform level.
Right.
Because all of your ones that do are way in the corners, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else is below eye level. So
Right.
It almost gives this floor, like, it makes it look clean, but it's almost too clean.
Mm-hmm. This is the one I just built this morning, because this one is basically sharing a cooling tower. It's sharing the 2 cooling towers out there because they didn't have enough space on the end, because that was basically on the side of the mountain. No, I'm in love with it. I mean, this basically the next 2 floors were like this. I just put in the windows this morning because I wanted to have some life in here instead of it just being dull and dark.
Whoa, I shot myself. Was expecting some up with that forward, but I guess not. This is pretty cool.
What I like to do for what I've done with every single level is I basically put in.
I'll go a little bit higher with my heights, just so that my ground floor is also drivable and stuff.
Right.
And remove all of the stacking stuff, because by the time you get the splits in, it looks like it's supported by the pipes.
Right by
Especially if
themselves.
especially if the pipes kind of make a 90 and go up first. It makes it look like they're actually kind of supporting that a lot more. So aesthetically it works while not having the ground level support. But this works absolutely fine. This is perfectly balanced, and I mean, things are pretty much on 90s anyways. So the one that I think is the hardest with the refined power mod would be the low pressure steam, because if you stick your turbine side by side, this thing coming out the side is between two turbines, and you can just barely get it to not jank through the turbine.
That's why I put, like, I want to say like maybe a two spot clearance between each turbine. And I haven't finished the last 3 levels with the catwalks and everything, but everything else is pretty much mirrored of what you see here. I know it's not really, true. It doesn't really matter if they're vented or not, but every level has, like, above the chimney, the stack, I have a vent area.
I noticed that. I entered through one of them, actually.
So I'm like, I had to do it just to be, with me, it's more of an aesthetically pleasing look.
So what's your total power production over here?
I think total, I think I have a thing over here. Where is it?
Console.
And the console should be down over here. Yeah, it's over here. So basically, my total production is 7,000, and it's the maximum it can reach is 8,600. So I have about maybe 1,500 to 2,000 of spare wattage that I can use.
Let's go up just for that. We did the first couple of floors here.
Yeah, that's the tippy top. This is where I was starting to struggle with water intake.
Yeah. I've actually had it with CO2 and low pressure steam too, because gases aren't formally implemented into the game. It still treats them like liquids. So
right.
They have gravity.
Yeah, so this is basically what the unfinished product without the catwalks looks like when I'm first building. So it's basically what it looked like when I started out on the ground floor.
That's pretty cool.
So that's one thing I love, is just coming up to the very top and then just looking out in the distance and seeing that big monstrosity over there.
I would have combined probably every 2 floors into one and gone with a larger footprint and allowed them to share more of the resources. But you've kind of done that anyways with the cooling tower between the first two. Like it does share some of that as well. So it just helps keep it balanced and draining out.
At some point, I'd love to be able to run my plumbing through the actual building.
I think you can go through essentially anything with pipes now.
Right. Yeah, that's what I want to try to do, to kind of redo my piping, because it looks, if you come over here, it's a nightmare. I have like a jumble of pipes going up the side of the building, and then I have like a ton of pumps pumping them.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I have like a total of like maybe 16 or 17 pumps going. But each of these water extractors, the gray ones are Mark IV. And then the lighter, I think the lighter orange ones are Mark IIIs. So I think I have 2 Mark IIIs and then 2 Mark IV pumps.
Well, I can give you a little bit of advice with your pumps. You definitely don't need all of these pumps.
Right.
You need some. But if you look at your little gauge, your head lift here is like 8 out of 50 used. The game is very forgiving. If something has head pressure and then something else joins it after the pump, or after, a drop in elevation, everything that's joined in also gets that head pressure. So this bottom pump should push everything up 50. So what I would do is just start removing the extras one by one, and just watching this gauge every time until you're getting close to the 50 mark. And then you're gonna save yourself quite a bit of...
And then just add another one as a measure to go up even higher.
Yeah, I don't measure. I trial and error it out, but I kind of have a pretty good sense for how far you can go before you have to snap another one. But it's a little bit of running back and forth and looking and fine-tuning. That's probably what takes the longest when I build pipelines. I've just been kicked out.
I still got internet.
Yeah. Are you still able to hear me? I guess not.
Well, that was the end of the tour, so luckily we didn't lose too much there. But thank you so much, Kuddy, for inviting us into your factory, your creation. Even though it's an experiment, it was lovely to see it. There's so much happening there in such a tight space. It's kind of given me some ideas as well. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And for you at home, a little bit of a secret, we're going to be back with Kuddy touring one of my creations pretty soon. It's all about sharing ideas. It's all about creativity. It's all about joining brains with other creators. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Leave us a like, leave us a follow, and we'll be back. We'll see you in the next one.